El Salvador has been plagued by gang violence for 2 decades. Experts say that up to 10% of the country's population is involved with gangs. But as CCTV's Michelle Begue reports, some members want to leave their life of crime behind.
Baby chicks crouch together when they want warmth and protection. Local gang leader Marvin Gonzalez says safety in numbers is part of what makes gang membership so appealing.
I imagine human beings react the same way. Fear makes us group together. When you grow up without a family, you look for warmth from a friend or anyone, thinking it might be right, but they could be wrong.
When he was 14 years old, Gonzalez joined one of the toughest gangs in the Americas, Mara Salvatrucha, which also goes by the name MS-13. MS-13 is a Los Angeles gang that spread across the United States and to Canada and Latin America. Gonzalez is now 31. He says the lack of opportunities here in the Salvadoran town of Ilopango attracted him to gang life.
I was looking for an identity, and the gangs gave me that. So I joined and got arrested soon after that for homicide and sentenced to 10 years.
While serving out a sentence for killing a rival gang member, Gonzalez says he didn't want his children to follow him into a life of crime. He decided to change. By the time Gonzalez left prison, El Salvador had changed too. It was 2012, and El Salvador's biggest rival gangs, Mara Salvatruchas and Barrio 18, had agreed to a truce. Gonzalez found himself on a new path that didn't involve extortion and killing.
The truce wasn't meant to benefit the gangs. It was meant to benefit the population that has nothing to do with the gangs and their disputes over territory, drug sales, and extortions.
Since the gang truce in 2012, places like this, the Lake of Ilopango, have seen a relative calm in the past couple of years. And now development projects are starting up again in order to bring back local tourism. This restaurant row sits on an unofficial boundary, dividing the barrios controlled by Mara Salvatrucha and Barrio 18.
It didn't matter what was in between the crossfire of the two battling gangs, so the tourists were afraid of coming here and falling victim to a stray bullet. That's why the tourism industry lost so much business here.
The truce had cut the murder rate down from 14 a day to around 5 a day. Since it ended in late 2013, local officials say homicides have climbed back up again to 11 a day. But the people of Ilopango are determined to make their town a violence-free zone.
La hipótesis es que la mejor forma de encontrar solución para superar el problema de la violencia es, primero, a través del diálogo. Hay que buscar medidas civilizadas para encontrarle salida a este problema. Y segundo, habilitar oportunidades.
One of the mediators of this truce, Raúl Mijango, has worked side by side with Marvin Gonzalez and the mayor of Ilopango to create jobs for gang members. That's how this chicken farm got started. 24 of the local MS-13's 700 gang members work here.
Con esto que nosotros queremos dar un ejemplo al país. Y el ejemplo es que si queremos alcanzar la paz, tenemos que generar oportunidades. Porque no se puede de manera muy simplista pedirle al joven que abandone la violencia, porque al final de cuentas la violencia en nuestros países se ha convertido en forma de vida para muchos muchachos.
Gonzalez says there are no prison programs to rehabilitate gang members who want to learn job skills or finish school. Even if they choose to leave their gangs, their tattoos and gang associations hold them back. Gonzalez created the chicken farm to offer a fresh start for gang members, but even that has its challenges. For these kids who are caught between civilian and gang life, tensions are still high between the police and them. In fact, when we were on our way over here, we saw 3 police officers patrolling the area, and these 2 kids have just informed us that they're the only ones going to be working the farm today, as the other workers have been detained, not specifically for any criminal activity, just out of suspicion, because they are part of the Mara Salvatruchas gang, and they can hold them up for hours or even days. Gonzalez is determined to
I've been
overcome the
looking for
stereotypes.
peace, and we will always search for it. I joined this work and do it happily to try and take young people out of gang circulation and save lives.
It's been a year and 9 months since the chicken farm started, and these gang members are already starting the second phase of the project, growing vegetables for sale in local restaurants. The question is whether it's safe to leave their violent ways behind in a town still dominated by gangs. Michelle Begue, CCTV, Ilopango.